This is Yerushalmi Shabbos, and the article Osber edition of Daf Mem Aleph Amrav, the second line down, Rabbi Yehuda, and that is in the Vilna on Lamed Gimel Amid Beis, the fourth line down. Zushi Nida, a woman is going down to Toivo because she's Nida. Kosher is sorry, Kizar Basus Ubra. The Kormena says Kosher Sarah Rafim. She ties her hair loosely. Kadesh lo yatzifu al pei yamayim, so it shouldn't float on the top of the water. Koshas koshin zana vasus lo abra b'mayim. So the way he explains it says you tie the tail of a horse when it goes through the water, and evidently you tie it loosely. The Gila Ephraim is Girsa is leuvda. This is, and it means this is halacha lemaisa. This is the way to do it. Even the Moshe does not learn leubra means to her. It'd be very difficult, but when when she's going to Toivel, meaning that when the woman is going to Toivel, so then she ties her hair like over last Yasa right before it goes down into the mikveh. I don't know why they don't tie up Ubra Kipshuta. Ubra could mean when she's about to give birth. So they tie up her tail so that it doesn't interfere with her giving birth to her fetus. And Rabbi Yehuda said, rely on me. This is fine. You don't have to be concerned as long as she's loosely tied. Kind of show Rab. Kind of asked Rab. I guess we shouldn't be concerned about a chatzitza. It's going to be a chatzitza issue, or according to Karmei, it's going to be above the water. You don't have to be concerned with any things. I'm telling you what to do. It's going to be fine. Kind of show Rab. Kind of asked Rab. Ma mepak be'ilan tikaya. The Karmei says these are hollow chains of strings. So can you go out with these tikai? I'm like Cain. They so he's Cain Amin. So this way they said Cain Amin. They said also it says bimyone. A person not go to with a belt with emyone, which is a hollow belt. So evidently not to go to with this the tiche either. So that's one interpretation of Ada. That's according to this is a statement. Another interpretation of Ada he has as a bitmia. His astonishment. It says biyane. It's a person not allowed to go out with a belt just because it's hollow, and so to these hollow tubes which they're using these strings, also allowed to go out with them on Shabbos. Ravuna Hori Ita say the Reish Kalusa, Ravuna Paskin for the word for Reish Kalusa, Mitin Libra the Dava Klifita. This is the going to change the gears slightly, but Kipilta, the Kiplita, Perish Roshab, Lashon Yavanish Rosh Capitoli. The head is called the capital. So she put a this Libra, the Dava, this gold trinket on there, on her head. The Rabbi Yechon on the base boon. Yechon Pasco is base boon. It says Timina, but the Yerushalmi Shabbos changed that to Lemeitan Talia de Margalisa Pargazta to put a strand of pearls. Margazta is he says here. Where's the carbon Ada? On top of a silken garment, it's called a pargazda. The Bnei Moshe says, interesting thing. Sort of pasim, Tergum Yonasan pargod mitziyor. So on top of some sort of garment. Tam Shetilim says, Bakach, why they lazmish in dakon shel chashuvim como elu. Distinguished people don't have the custom last year to remove their jewelry. Los chashivusan to demonstrate their significance, aspire to take honor. It's only the the lower, I guess, the middle classes, which actually I feel they have to be ostentatious. The real upper classes, the old money, they don't have to show off. It's not concerned with this, I guess, this tihara, the libra, the daba out on her head, and with this strand of pearls on her garments, and then we're not concerned that they're actually going to take them off and show them to others, and take and carry them. It's just a rabbin. Rabbi said, he said, you know what? A different answer, a different reason why it's mutter. Because evidently, this, at least with this latter case, this strand of pearls is connected to the garment. So anything which is connected to the garment is like the garment. Not afraid they're going to rip them off and show them to somebody else. We learned, we learned that a person can go out with bells which are on his garment. He can't go with bells on his neck. Uh, East Tani, Bain Elam Makabli Tuma. Those who say that both types of bells are Makabli Tuma. East Tani, Ben Elam Makabli Tuma. There's both that neither of them are Makabli Tuma. Man, Ben Elam Makabli Tuma. He said that both of them are Makabli Tuma. Bishos Olam Ambuli, when you made a clangor inside. So it makes noise. Right? The bell makes noise. Madamar ben el ben emakam do b'shlosan ba'umbuli. You didn't make a clanker, so it's not really a bell. It's just a dormant. It's not a keli. Ba'filosan buli utahorin. What do you mean? Even they made a clanger inside. I think a clapper. I think it's actually called. It should be not a clanger. A clapper. It should be. It should still be tar. Looking ravo or maybe shim barab shem rabbi yechon bezugin shibar risa. The everybody has difficulty with this Gemara. Yerushalmi Kibshuto, who left it with the Tzarech Iyun, and the Shai so was Magia, especially later on, as we shall see. But in any event, so the question is, what exactly would be Anzuni Shabarisa here for? It seems to start kind of left field because it really has to do with the Shabbos issue. The tramroy chara marmolich mevi b'vad shleish misakol. You can, even though these zugin shari, so these are bells on the cradle. So when you move the cradle, they're made for the bells to be mashmiya kol. So you're allowed to move the cradle on Shabbos. So one said the two chara marmolich mevi b'vad shleish misakol. You can move the cradle as long as you don't try, as long as you don't make noise. Chanamai said in mishmiya kol also la mutter. If it's if it's going to make noise, it's also evidently it depends how the cradle is made. If it's made to make noise, it's also. If they're just made for noise, for decoration, then it's okay. So in any event, so these are the, these seem to be Tame. Tame Ema seeing the Gemara says Tame Ema says Shmitzko b'Shabbos, even they're not Mashmiya Kol on Shabbos. I say Shmitzko b'Chol. They are made to be Mashmiya Kol on a weekday. So if that's the case, how here could it be Tar? If they're not made to be Mashmiya Kol neither on Chol nor on Shabbos, even name Asa on Buli. Why do you make on Buli? So evidently this is all this clapper. So evidently there's a line missing, which is why everybody has difficulty, right? What do you mean? I feel suddenly on Buli Tarin, right? You gave me a whole discussion here because they're not Buli, they should be Tame. Right? Because even they're not Mashmiya Kol on Shabbos, you got to be careful not to be Mashmiya Kol on Shabbos, the Mashmiya Kol on a weekday, and therefore they should be Makabel Tuma. So then, again, the whole discussion here, obviously there's something missing in the continuity of the Gemara. But so he puts in here, and after Buli, he puts in the word Lenoi. In other words, even if they have an Ambuli, they could still be Tahar. Why? Because Ambuli itself is made Lenoi. Right? They don't think the clapper is always made Lashmiel Kol. The clapper sometimes can be made in order to be a decoration. I'd say, I feel also Ambuli Hotorin if it's Lenoi. And then we had this digression in the middle with the discussion of Zugin Shebaresa, where it's one says Ambuli, it's a problem, right? And evidently it's a problem, even though on Shabbos perhaps there's somebody to use it, but without making mashmir kol, maybe yes, maybe no. But it seems as again, it's a little bit chosim hasever. It seems that they're since they have an ambuli, so therefore the makabel tuma. So the one says no. Again, so it's clear. So by us, the ambuli could be Linoy, and therefore it's not going to be a makabel tuma because even the clapper is not made to be clapped, but rather just so it looks nice. So the Gemara goes on. Again, there's something missing in the how the flow of the Gemara, but basically the question is how Zunish Reza indicates that Shemir Kabbalah Tuma because it's always if it's not made Mashmir Kol on Shabbos, it's going to be Mashmir Kol on a weekday. The Gemara says so. Therefore, we see that the fact that you don't want to be Mashmir Kol does not impede him becoming Tameh because sometimes they do want to be a Mashmir Kol. So here also, if you made a clapper, don't you want to be a Mashmir Kol? So that's more notes conceivable that you can make a clapper Illinois. Okay, now Gemara says a little bit toughest. Bun Bar said kuftira, which is again some sort of tiara, and maybe the word tira and kuftira is tiara. Totafas is the place you put where the totafas go, where the film go, at the front of the head. Avloba sambutin. This is what is sambutin. Sovin tutvon. Types of colored jewelry which hang down to the cheeks. It says Loba Kabul Tvusa, which is a cap of wool which goes under the woman's head covering. Okay, so the Tanya Rabbi Shimon Lezer Matir, Shimon Lezer is Matir. Rabbi Achim B'Shem Kana said Aser B'Shem Lezer Karebi. It's like Rebbe said, "Kamad the Rebbe and my davar shu tamun mutter." So the Yerushalmi says nearly the Yerushalmi says the Rebbe shari lekaman halachei shein shel toteves a false tooth is mutter mehach time but do tamun. Since it's hidden inside the mouth, she's not going to take it out. Then he brings down whatever it's discussed a little bit further, but we'll leave that for now. So, Commander A, my Davar Shutam Mutter, Ken Shimilazar, my Davar Shutam Mutter. So, here, Shimilazar holds his Davar Shutaman is not going to take out the cap underneath her head covering. It's Mutter. Takshitin Lama Yisurin. Why are Takshitin Moser? Basic question. All right, but it says, the women like showing off. Tirasan, and she will remove them, loosen the Ran puts in the actual word, she'll show them to a friend. If you don't have the word, that's what it means. She's going to show it to a friend. She's going to pick up Amos and go with them for Amos. Also the Shalchan. The name says you now send them. You have to be she'ena kol ruim lekach. It's also tzorach. Since you can't wear all of them, you can't send all of them because it's a tzorach lo tzorach. In other words, you can't. No, that's not it. Since not everybody is suitable to wear certain types of jewelry, I guess everything has to do with your station in life. So therefore, it's not. It shouldn't. Some of the gifts of jewelry inappropriate, and therefore shouldn't send them because that's a tzorach lo tzorach if she's not the type of person to wear them. So the Mechamayim says differently. He says Mechamayim it says that evidently they're not fully finished. Now, and therefore you're allowed to wear them because you're not going to show them, but you're allowed to send them, and that's a specific Isser of sending unfinished jewelry. But Maseches Beitza, he says. Yeah, it says there in the end of the first paragraph of Beitza. Shan came bain for him, bain for him. That's the comma, and that Rabbi Shimon, but Chalaf and Show says, Ki takshiltim bitik murin, such as takshitim which you normally sew onto the garment or to a scarf, and you didn't yet sew them on. You now have to send them because they're not suitable. It's not like garments you should use to cover yourself, even though they're not fully sewn yet. But that's where it says Lomer l'shachan love shemutzer. You can't send them as is, but you can wear them even if they're not yet sewn onto the scarf or to the garment. And even though women normally go with them only sewn on, it's like Shemichamayim says it, so Gemara Beit says it. It's like you carry a shofar for a child to drink, even though it's not made for this purpose. No, well, that's later on in this Gemara. Yeah, that's later on in the Gemara. Never mind. So in amen. So I guess because again, like the Mechamayim says, because you're not going to, so you can still wear them because they're not they're not going to take them off. So it's to send them, I guess, because you might come to actually fix them, Misvakim Mana on Shabbos, but it's not an also to wear them if they're actually sent, as long as you don't fix them properly. Tell you those lines. Okay, so Tanya also Shachan. And it's like Tanya tells the shofar goes with Zatinok. You can carry a shofar in order to use for a drinking for a child, for a baby, like a baby bottle. It's a pinkas, it's a karkash, and this is you can use a pinkas, a notebook, a karkash, which is a rattle. There's a mara and a mirror, even though these are normally used for also purposes. The chasbim is like kalim to cover kalim. And here too, you can send it for the purpose of use it. You can use it. The things which are usable on Shabbos or Yontif, you can use, even though you shouldn't have sent them in the first place. That's evidently the parallel. It's interesting too. Yerushalmi here in the bottom have an exclamation mark point here. It says "V'dad yeshleim hach the sheet in also let's say some time shafim mechavia." Says now to wear the zuli because you might take them off and show them. In Gamba Laila, so it says, you also go out at night, which is not going to take them out and show them. There doesn't seem to apply at night. Is bias. So it's difficult to say she's going to go now into from take them into a shesiyach out of a shesiyach, I guess, into a shesiyach to show them in the house where there's more light. He said the shayb alayish makalomar. So the shaytin shayb tzilub Shabbos. They muktzah l'chatzi Shabbos. According to this also, and these takshitim, since you could wear them at night when there's no issue of doing mashafa and chavia, then when you no issue to wear them during the day, it wouldn't be considered muktzah because no muktzah for chatzi Shabbos. Fasting to Yerushalmi. Okay. Anyway, so the Amar Ibn Rabina said Masitza Amar Kain. She also loves Shan. Says this Mishnah seems to say that it's also to wear them. This unfinished jewelry. I think it says Koshin also but Yom Tov b'Shachin also. Anything which you can get benefit from, you have to be allowed to send it. Love she says you're allowed to wear them. You should be allowed to send them as well. So it must be you're allowed to send them, you're allowed to wear them. So what does it say? You can carry a shofar to give the child to drink. There's a karkash and the rattle. There's a mara and the mirror. Chasma kalim. Yeshim torkli. They're fully formed kalim, as opposed to this thing which is not fully formed jewelry yet. So therefore, it's no raya. You can use fully formed kalim. It's klishmachtul iser for another purpose. Saragufo. But for the takshitim, which are only partially finished because they have to be sewn onto something, that perhaps there is no heter to use them on Shabbos because they're not going to be fully kalim. Okay, so says Gemara, ad kedun takshitim shozah. So I understand that they're going to show off their gold jewelry. Okay, fine. I feel takshish kesef. What about silver jewelry? It's not a choshev. I'm sure Rabbi Yirmiyah. They said they're Rabbi Yirmiyah. It's also silver jewelry as well. I'm sure Rabbi Yirmiyah. And others say also named Rabbi Yirmiyah Mutter. So what's going on? Why some say also says Mutter? Amar Rabbi Chizkiel. Any other ratio of a sefer. I know the beginning and the end, which is a statement of Yerushalmi to say I know the resolution. I know what's going on here. I'll tell you what happened. Taya the kikin having misrabion with Darte the Rabbi Yirmiyah. There are young children who are growing in the dwelling place of Rabbi Yirmiyah. I'm not sure their own children. Sounds like they're just growing in that building, and that's his. I asked to show Rabbi Zira, so he said, "Ask Rabbi Zira, well, what should I tell them? Can they wear the jewelry or not?" So Amalei lo tesor lo teshar. He said, don't ask it, as the Karma says, mutiv shishagim ayom zidin. Better that they should do it inadvertently than deliberately, because they're going to do it anyway if you can answer it. Lo tishrei, but don't tell them it's mutter, the Medina also. And so there were these little girls with the silver jewelry, and Rabbi Yirmi didn't tell them mutter also, so some people thought, oh, he said mutter, some said he said also. In reality, he said neither one. That's how rumors started. Anyway, Mara Shabbos. You can't use a mirror on Shabbos because they're afraid if you look in the mirror, you're going to cut the loose hairs, which you see. You might say, and they used to use the mirror for that purpose. So therefore, the because Rebbe Matir was embedded in the wall. Rebbe says it's mutter because people use mirror for that purpose, and you're not going to take the mirror off the wall. But Chacham Aser, evidently they felt that you might not use the mirror, you might come to use something else. Rabbi said time of the Dain the Asar, and the reason why Chamim Aser is because Pamim Shurad Nim Achas the one why she's going to see, so he's going to see one on right here, Vuto Shosa, and it's really talking about a woman. Shehira, it should be Shehira. She's going to see wide right here. Because she'll pluck it out. Not with them, forget about them. She's going to pluck it out on her own. People the chiyuv chatas, and she can come this way to a chiyuv chatas. If she actually used a knife, it would be I guess a razor, a scissor would be also. But they meant so it can come the chiyuv chatas. Even plucking out, I don't think it's a chiyuv chatas. But if she actually uses scissors or a razor for it, would be a chiyuv chatas. And a man, even on a weekday, should not look into a mirror because it's not there a covenant for a man to look into a mirror. It was considered to be like begging Isha to look in the mirror. But also, it could be that for a man, he's also not allowed to pluck out the hair, the white hair from the black hair. So could be that's not because the big saying they're covered, but then not it's hard to translate as they're covered. But Moshe does say he says it's not it's not allowed to pluck it out. So according to Pekormei, it's going in the mirror. It's not their cover. Look at the mirror. According to Bnei Moshe, it's not their cover to pluck out the hair. Does not shed more light on the matter. Okay, it says more further. It says here, Yud Gimel, Bnei Moshe is the Gimel. Gimel Dvarim Metil Beis Rebbe. Three things they allowed Beis Rebbe, Shuroim Bamaros, since they had to go among the non-Jews, so they had to look good, so they're allowed to look in the mirror. The men were allowed to look in the mirror. Sounds more like the Bnei Moshe. The issue is not necessarily. Not Bnei Moshe, but not necessarily. Never mind. V'shu Masai Kumi, they should have a short haircut, which is a special type of non-Jewish haircut. I think where one hair reached the and one hair reached the beginning of the other hair. No, it's to leave a kind of ponytail, blurry, says the Carbonator. The name says leave it short in front and long in the back. In any event, a certain type of I think kumi shave off the front. So in any event, a certain type of haircut, and Shumlamnis Ma'am Yibanis them to teach their children Greek. She was cooking Malchus because they were close to the government and they had to speak Greek fluently, or according to other Mefarshim, there's no Isser on Greek language, there's an Isser on Chachmi Abanis, and they taught them Chachmi Abanis. But in any event, they taught them some sort of thing which was questionable for other people, because they had to be their Kavah Malchus. The Rabbi brings down Rabbi Reuven Itzrabuli, who was, I think, Rabbi's son-in-law, was this one who was Kavah Malchus, who's mentioned in the Bavli. Rabbi Shem said, "Mutar leave the is bito Yavanis." He can teach his daughter Greek. They shoot tachshila because it's an adornment for her. For the boys, it perhaps is bitul Torah, but for the woman, it is a tachshila. Shamashim Barbav Amar Begindu Avo Bam Milfam Bansi Yabaris who Tyler Beyechna. was never matching. He wanted to teach his own daughter Greek, so therefore he claimed that Rabbi Yochanan had said it. Shem Ravo heard this, and Amar retorted, "My Yovo lie may come upon me negative things. Obviously, Im Rosh Matia Min Rabbi Yochanan. If I have not hear from Rabbi Yochanan, yes, of course. If I told you I heard the name Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yochanan has nothing to do with with my wanting to teach my daughter Greek. And there's a whole long discussion here in the article of because they are not to learn Greek, whether it's actual Greek or Chachmi, a certain type of Greek wisdom. The And he learns if he learns Greek wisdom, it's also he learns that was what he wanted his daughter to learn, etc. Okay, and amen. That brings us to Taf Mem Beis on out. So therefore, we will stop here for today.